Wasn't it our makeup that KJ used at the performance too that made her like snap? It all kind of ties in, doesn't it? That kiss makeup thing was from the makeup from our store. Oops. I stay awake for a while with the usual. Okay, yeah. We get that in a lot. Okay, time to face the boss. Holy crap. Oh my god. We're actually standing in Annalee's office. We've made it. KJ, I can't believe you know how to pick locks. It just takes a little practice and the right tools. I can show you sometimes. I'm freaking out. This is like a crime? Are we criminals now? The real crime here is this obnoxious office. It takes up the whole floor, but is it big enough to contain Annalee's ego? We were unbelievably lucky to sneak in here. I somehow convinced the security at the front desk that I was here to interview for my promotion from sales assistant to manager at my store's location. They didn't seem especially convinced, but they let me through when KJ gave them the stink eye. When we reached the middle floors, KJ shouted up some office ladies to figure out where Annalee's lunch break was. They sure know how to put the moves on. Now we're here, in the director's office. This place feels pretty empty. It's kind of intimidating. Rich people taste. Everything's minimal. Ho ho ho. I can afford to take up loads of space and put nothing in it. So what do we do now? We dig up as much dirt as we can. But where from? There's nothing here. Maybe there's a secret room or something? It's probably all on our computer. Oh yes. Not this again. I take it you still haven't learned to use how a computer? Well, they keep changing so fast, you know. What's the point in learning if it's all obsolete in a few years? Remind me, why are you the one in charge again? Look, I know about stuff that's actually important, and computers aren't important. Oh, they're just for dorks like me who are in the school computer club, huh? Oh, snap, wait. Oh no, I picked the wrong choice. Yeah, kinda, but I can't say that to KJ's face. I mean, they are important, I guess, for a society, but I leave that stuff to the experts, you know? Computers really aren't that difficult to use these days. You don't even have to type out commands anymore. Even you could manage it. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Keep your voice down, princess. We don't want to blow our cover because you don't know how to use a mouse. Come on, let me wow you with my ability to point at things and click them. We approach Annalee's enormous desk and notice it's covered in Glamour Pop makeup samples. KJ takes a spin in the luxurious leather armchair. You're fired, and you're also fired. You, get the mayor on the phone. I want to buy the police. Actually, that's probably not too far from the truth. No comment. Anyway. Oh, she's got they've got glasses! They rummage through their backpack and bring out a pencil case. To my surprise, the case is full of CDs and floppy disks. Back to business, I guess. They start up the computer. It's different. They haven't worn glasses the entire game. They haven't worn them the entire game. And when it asks for a password, they load up a CD labeled Acid Burn. God, this really is the early 2000s, isn't it? We're having to use CDs to get viruses and stuff. After a few seconds, all kinds of weird stuff start happening on the screen. The fire part, yeah, the fire part's good. They didn't teach you this at the school computer club, did they? What do you think, princess? They're now tapping in lots of commands on a black and green screen. No, what you're doing looks super illegal. Yep, just don't tell me where I got this software, I'd have to kill you. They're really concentrating. I should probably stay quiet and check those makeup samples. This could take a while. I'm in. Wait, what? You're amazing. I had no idea what just happened, but it's really impressive. It's just some messing around. Anyone could learn it. But like, we're inside Annalee's computer now? Yep. She must be one paranoid lady because her system is off the corporate network. Didn't even have to bother with network security. Just a direct, unmonitored line to the outside world. Had I known, we could have done this remotely. Slow down, I only understood that last part. You're saying we didn't need to break in? In theory, yes, but it took getting all the way to her desk to learn that. Life's little ups and downs. So what do we do now? Why don't you take a look for yourself? It's one of those new iPlum computers. Very user-friendly. It's an iMac. God! It's new? iMacs being new. God, that's... Whew. I'm getting older the more I'm listening to this. They get up and dramatically gesture toward the chair. I guess now is as good a time as any to learn how to use one of these things. I fumble around the computer for a while until KJ leans over and guides my hand over the web browser. If you want to find out somebody's dirty secrets, a great place to start is their web browser history. Web? You mean the World Wide Web? Oh god, just listen to me. I sound like an old granny. Yes, you do. After this is over, I'm taking computer classes. Maybe KJ could teach me? On the other hand, I'd probably be way too slow for them. And maybe they teach me illegal stuff. Is there an illegal way to email someone? I don't know. No, KJ would not teach you the illegal stuff because you'd be the first one to get him a Trojan. Or in jail. My thoughts are interrupted when KJ moves my hand over to some kind of banking program. Another place people bury their secrets is financial records. Oh. Why are they looking at me like that? Was I supposed to say something more intelligent? You're such an airhead. What'll it be, princess? You're up to bat. Probably the financial records. Let's hit the books. I click on the banking program and a wall of charts and big numbers fill the screen. Oh wow, that's a lot of money. We both look at the screen in silence for a moment, trying to absorb all the new information. Yeah, big money, and not much of it seems to be going to that charity foundation she set up. Wait, she's keeping all the charity money? From the looks of it, she's putting the money into the foundation, and then 99% is sent to a mystery account in Switzerland. It's always the Swiss banks! They always put it into the Swiss bank accounts! That's really suspicious. Okay, let's check the internet. With a little help from KJ, I connect the computer to the internet and then open the web browser. Look at me, I'm surfing the information superhighway. There you go. Now let's look up the history. It takes me a minute to figure out, but I get there eventually. KJ is surprisingly patient with me. There's a lot of entries for one website. Inside Maho. Uh-oh. Inside Magic? Like Maho Shoujo? I click on the last history entry. Inside Maho seems to be some kind of magical girl fan site. Look at you go, and from the looks of it, Annalie has administrator access. She runs the site. She owns all this? Why would she run a website about magical girls? For the makeup line? But then why all the secrecy? That's what we need to figure out. Why don't you click around and see what you can find? Wait, can I actually... Oh my gosh, I can actually go? Let's see, inside... Oh god, forum websites. It's been a while since I've been on one of these. I'm feeling old right now. Anyway, inside Maho, free community discussion about present and past magical girls on the scene. Submissions are currently open for new photos or videos of magical girls. Looking for more content of the Sentinels. Oh, they want specifically Sentinel content. Question or complaints can be forwarded to the moderator at avocado78@rotmail.com. Okay. Anyone else miss the Sentinels? I do. Bubble Girl was my favorite. Wish she'd come back. Group's overrated. Just listen to Ara if you miss them so much. If. Ara's new single debrief. She's so cute. Boring. Think she'll feature the other Sentinels on our next album? I want to see the redhead again. Someone really likes KJ. Or no, Miranda. Miranda was the other one. Looking for more Fruit Fatale. You were trying to read the bottom one? Want the secret to becoming a magical girl. I can't even say that it's from Leet Freak. This is from me just being a homestuck. I'm gonna read them all eventually. But this is just from me reading Homestuck. There's a character on there that does nothing but Leet speak. Looking for more Fruit Fatale pics. Well, why are there so many threads about this group? Seriously, this is the third this month. The mod's obsessed. Holy shit, who cares about a dead group? Thoughts on Magical Girl today? I just saw it right when you clicked the first one. Ah, I see. Wish there was a new group active. Yawn. Somebody needs to steer things up. Anna's on this board are like, need the city to get terrorized ASAP. This almost feels less like, this almost feels like the start of, like, a 4chan place. This site is actually so sad. Who cares about this garbage? This thread has been deleted for violating the rules and guidelines. Okay. Or, you know what? It might be more like a Reddit board. You know what? Yeah, this is probably more like a Reddit board. How do I become a magical girl? In your dreams. I hear some are aliens from outer space. Give up, buddy. Also, who even needs them right now? Would you buy merch of your faves? Thoughts on merch for magical girls? Where do you buy it? Do you support it? Is it creepy? Lamal, you're worried about being creepy while being on this site. I don't see a problem with it. They're public figures. They're working hard to protect us and wants the privacy, not to be monetized. Where's the respect? If they wanted to be respected, they should fight in secret then. About Muscat Marina and Banana Brie. I heard rumors they moved in together after Fruit Fatale broke up. They're obviously related, Lyle. Probably cousins. The Sailor Moon 1990s American version. So I'm guessing Banana Brie is Sailor Uranus and Muscat Marina is a reference to Sailor Neptune. I get you now. What the fuck are you guys on about? Those who know. Sailor Sayori Memorial. I miss her so bad. A real tragedy. Rip forever. It is what it is. She was perfect. There will never be another magical girl like her. Wait, I know the magical girl they're talking about. They're talking about Creamy Mammy, ain't they? See, I was thinking of the name Sayori as like that Doki Doki Literature girl. I don't know. My brain got stuck on girl. Because isn't her name Sayori on that? See, that was where my brain went. But then I remembered that like Strawberry Sayori in this game died in an accident. And I'm like, oh no, it's Creamy Mommy, ain't it? Anyway, want the secret to becoming a magical girl? What? And it's been deleted. Okay, so it looks like that's all. Yikes, this is borderline obsessive. Reddit. Anyway. Not all of Reddit is bad, but there are some places that are very weird. I shouldn't say anything when I go onto like some of the drama boards, just because I'm curious. But then I always end up going on there and just doom scrolling. Annalie always seems so composed and professional. Who knew she had all this going on? We're all full of surprises, Akiko. Expect the unexpected. Actually, yeah, that's real appropriate coming from KJ. Okay, this is kind of incriminating stuff. Let me copy everything to disk so we have some evidence. Maybe see what else you can find. I get out of the chair and let KJ do their magic. I take a look at the makeup samples on the desk. They're from the Sentinels line, Sentimentality, everyone has been obsessed with lately. But that's not much of a clue, right? Of course she'd have her own products at her desk. Her desk. I rummage through the desk drawers and find some notebooks. I flip through them, hoping for some kind of clue. It's all boring financial reports and business strategy. I'm sure someone would find this interesting, but it's not me. I can't believe I'm thinking of this, but I was having more fun on the computer. Okay, I started the transfer. Now we just sit and talk until it's done. What have you found? Sadly, nothing interesting. I was hoping to see top secret equals evil scheme on a page, but it's just boring business plans up to the end of this year. Wait, just up until the end of this year? Yeah, I was hoping to see something cool that hasn't been announced yet, but there's nothing here for the year 2000. Don't you find that a little odd? A billion-dollar company has no plans for next year, not even the day before New Year's Eve? Maybe it's in another notebook? We looked through the drawers again, and there's no other notebooks at all. And there were no Y2K plans on the computer either. You're right, that's really bizarre when you think about it. Even I have plans for next year, and I'm not exactly the organized type. We still don't have any killer evidence. All we know is Annalie has an unhealthy obsession with this Fruit Fatale group, that she's been putting away charity funds into a mysterious offshore account, and she might be keeping a loose schedule for next year. That's not really going to hold up in court. Fruit Fatale, why does that name sound so familiar? Hello, Earth Princess? Sorry, I was just thinking about something. Anyway, none of this evidence will hold up in court as it was obtained illegally. KJ, why do you know something like that? It's better if you don't know. Now, if only we had something more concrete, like... Before I can blink, KJ pushes me down onto the floor. We huddle under the desk, and I try my best not to panic. I hold my breath. The echo of clicking heels fill the room. Those idiots at HR don't know what they're talking about. Constantly grilling about how bad our retail turnover looks. Selling makeup cannot be that hard. As far as I've seen, those girls just stand around all day. Note to self, investigate automated retail stores. She let out a long, weary sigh. But it won't matter soon. None of this will matter at all. I can hear heels pacing around the office. My heart is racing out of my chest. I steady my breathing, trying not to think about how totally screwed we are. The heels stop abruptly. Is she looking out the window, maybe? I just need to be patient. The stage is set, and soon the curtain shall rise. New Year's Eve, the dawn of a new millennium, and the dawn of a new world. Everything I've done so far, this tiresome charade, it'll all be worth it. Note to self. Buy yourself a nice dress for the party. You've earned it. Party? What party? KJ's face suddenly turns white. They start frantically pointing up to the computer. They're trying to mount something, but I don't understand. I crawl over to them to whisper. The disc is still in the computer. I have to get it back. No, it's way too risky. It's our only evidence against her. We need that disc. I take a deep breath and peek over the desk to see where Annalie is standing. She's far enough away that KJ might just make it. I wave the all clear to KJ and they make their move. There goes my steady breathing. I watch Annalie as she stares across the city. I think she might be talking to a small cassette recorder. I just realized she looks like some of the earlier arch enemies in Sailor Moon, like some of the originals. Anyway, curly hair. Once sentimentality releases across the world, glamour pop will dominate the makeup market permanently. Everyone will need our product. They will crave it like water and air. The brand's reputation, the sales, it'll all skyrocket. I'll have more money and power than I'll know what to do with. Who would dare oppose me when the mere suggestion of reducing supply will send tens of millions of loyal customers into a violent frenzy? After all, I'm merely giving the people what they want. Perhaps I'll give a portion of that charity money back to Aura. She's been such a useful puppet. I'll even invite her to my New Year's Eve celebration. Show her the destruction she's caused. At those words, KJ fumbles as they slowly retrieve the disc from the computer. They quickly duck back behind the desk in hand. We get close and whisper again. Wait, Annalie's been using Aura? Honestly, I suspected Aura and Annalie might have been working together almost this entire time. And now I kind of feel like an asshole? If we get out of this, remind me to be nice to Aura. Wait, Annalie stopped talking. Oh, no, she totally heard us, didn't she? A beat passes and I hear the sound of Annalie turning from the window and walking towards the desk. I emote frantically at KJ, but they shrug in return. Only a few seconds to make a decision. What do we do? Let's try and sneak out. It's time for some tactical espionage action. I try my best to point around the desk for KJ. They sternly nod. Annalie's steps are getting louder and louder. It's time to go for it. We quickly crawl around from out her desk to the right side as she approaches from the left. She sits down at the desk and starts using her computer. It's probably really obvious someone else was using it. I don't know much about computers, but I do know they need power. I pull the plug to buy us some time. We hear Annalie gasp in surprise. She gets up and walks around to the left side of the desk to look at the back of the computer. She's crouched inches away from us, looking intensely at the ports and cables. I hold my breath and look over to the elevator. Why did this office have to be so stupidly oversized? There's no way we could make it over in time. My panic is interrupted by Annalie's voice. I swear these machines are more evil than me. She pulls out her cell phone and dials a number. Matthew, is that you? Wonderful, yes, I have another problem with the iPlum. Oh, happy birthday, Matthew. Goodness, Christmas, a birthday, and New Year's Eve all in 1 week. How nice. Well, yes, it is important, so I'd still like a few minutes of your time, if you please, if that's so much to ask. I think now is our chance. KJ and I slowly inch out from the desk and creep towards the elevator. Fortunately, Annalie's tense discussion with Matthew appears to have her full attention. We both manage to get in the elevator and breathe a heavy sigh of relief as doors start to close. Just in time for Annalie to lock eyes with us. You two! I suddenly feel a sickening rise of magical energy permeate the air as green sparks crackle around her. She knows. Oh no. Just as she starts to cross the room, the door slides shut. Fuck, that was way too close. Once we're out of the elevator, we need to make a run for it. I nod with a shaky exhale and wait for the end of our descent. We run to KJ's bike parked across the street and make a quick getaway. KJ takes a long and winding route to the park in case we're being followed. Eventually we park and catch our breath. I feel like my heart is trying to escape through my throat. We made it. We escaped. Well, you're an interesting date, aren't you? Well, I'm glad you can see the funny side of all this. I think I'm about to have a heart attack. How did I do this kind of thing on a regular basis? I think I took for granted just how much saving the world keeps you in shape. Anyway, we need to get the gang together. Our little investigation yielded some results after all. Even if we had to break some rules to get them. Rules? More like laws. Well, you're right. The Citadels need to know ASAP. Then we'll figure out our next plan of action. I'll go swing back to buy the Golden Glove for Jackie. And that wood shop Miranda hangs out. Right, and I'll ring Aura after I call off work. Wait, work. Shoot, KJ. Annalise saw me. She recognized me. She remembers what store I work at. Sounds like the perfect excuse to quit that crappy gig. Congrats. No more I make a dime for Annalise dollar. No, not congrats. I'm worried, KJ. This might not just affect my job. What about Les? What if she threatens her, uses her against us? I'm sorry, but I think I should go to work to make sure she's okay. You can't be serious. After everything that just happened? It's like wandering right back into the lion's den. Whoop, my phone went off. Sorry about that. KJ looks worried for me, and I feel a bit guilty. But I can't just abandon Lise. I understand. Protecting people is our thing, after all. Listen, I'll grab everyone, but promise me you'll meet us here later, okay? Okay, got it. Thanks, KJ. I run off to work as fast as my feet can carry me. I have to take a break. Give me a second. Is this still actually expecting me to work? Is this still actually expecting me to work? Welcome to Glamour Pop. Is he foaming at the mouth? Senta. Are you looking for a sentimentality line? Better give him what he's looking for. Ew. I guess it wouldn't have really mattered, because as long as it's sentimentality, he doesn't care. Work went about as well as it could have gone, all things considered. Les spent about half the day hooting at people to try and get them to stop taking samples. But that didn't stop most of them. They're rabid for it. Once work is over, we rush to meet the others. It's our old classroom again. KJ and I agreed that this would be the most discreet location. When I slid the doors open to room 3A, I see the whole crew gathered up and looking serious. KJ is standing near the blackboard, clearly mid-explanation. They breathe a sigh of relief when we lock eyes. Akiko! Glad to see you've made it back in one piece. Seriously, I'm glad you're okay. The rest of us took time off today. You're crazy for going into your shift. Sorry to worry everybody, but it's important for me to see what's going on at the store. Our customers have changed. The makeup is really affecting them. Half of them are like zombies, and the other half are like hippos, treating the makeup like it's water. And you do not want to get between a hippo and the water. And that's not the only problem. I'm sure KJ filled you all in, but Annalise saw us. Well, she definitely saw me. And she definitely remembers your store location. You and Les made an impression on her. Right, needless to say, I'm expecting repercussions for that any minute now. Miranda looks uneasy. Is she worried about Lise? Hold on, I need to backtrack. Akiko, before you got here, KJ was mid-explanation about everything you learned. Annalie runs a gossip mill about magical girls on the World Wide Web. She's embezzling charity funds. KJ waves around a CD. All copied onto here in case anybody would like to review in the computer lab. And then you ran into Annalie herself? Right, we hid it from her for a while. Gosh, I lost years off of my life for that. Anyway, this is the important part. Annalie's fully aware of what's happening with the makeup. In fact, we're all but certain she's the cause of this. She's trying to drive up Glamour Pop's sales, trying to create customer dependency. All the side effects, those weird cravings to put on makeup, our magic fading away, our energy levels, and our enthusiasm to get through ordinary days, all caused by Annalie, by sentimentality. So does that mean she has powers then? Most likely. We weren't able to clarify the specifics though. Or is there anything that you noticed when you were working with her? Sorry, no. Nothing popped off the top of my head at least. Our relationship was purely business. Aura ducks her head. She looks like she's about to burst into tears. And I want you to... Oh no, I'm sorry. Aura. I don't know how to express this, but I really thought I was doing something good. She told me this was for charity. That the makeup line was based on us would be fun and refreshing for our audience. I know my actions don't look great, that I might even look like an accomplice to this, but own it, Boy Young. I know you're not an accomplice to this. Nobody here thinks that. Jackie, Miranda, and Liz nod along. I've been harsh on you in the past, and honestly, I think a lot of it's still justified. But that doesn't change the fact that deep down, I know you're not a bad person. KJ. Don't look so down, Lieutenant. I'm not about being a magical girl anymore, but we're still a team. Ditto. And Ara, all I'm hoping is, maybe at the end of this we can start being a little more forthcoming with each other. I know I'd like to. Right. Liz has her camcorder out. Are you filming right now? It was just such a beautiful moment. I had to capture it as the official Sentinels documentarian. But what now? Trust me, it's easier if you just let her do it. Alright, and that's a point for emotional vulnerability. I've seen this group struggle with authenticity from day one. Trust me, it's a hurdle for me too. But everything's a process. It's something we have to train ourselves to be aware of. Jackie's grown surprisingly wise over the years. It must be all that teaching she's doing. Ara's eyes finally well over and she burst into tears. Ara, thank you all. I know we have our differences, but what I really wanted is I just wanted to be friends again. The room is silent for a beat, as everyone looks stunned over Ara's confession. Funny you say that, Ara. You've been our friend the entire time as far as I'm concerned. And we can be better friends now. Wow, this is gold! You all are a big step up from my pigeon actors. Except Wingsworth. You guys... Ara looks at KJ expectantly. KJ clears her throat. Yeah. We can be friends so long as we work on accepting each other's different viewpoints. Yada yada. KJ looks a little flustered. I think they've used up their capacity for sappiness for the night. Ara nods. I hear you, KJ. I'll continue to hear you out on anything else too. And Les? Sorry, I'll stop filming. My tape is almost filled anyway. No, James Cameron. We mean you're our friend too. What? But I just got here, and I'm not a magical girl. None of that matters. You're here for us, and we're here for you too. I know I'd be honored to be your friend, Liz. And I think you know where I stand on the matter. You're all so nice. I'm just going to not cry over here. Finally, it's starting to feel like the Sentinels are back in the game. I'm touched, but what were we talking about again? Right, the evil plan. Oh, sorry. I think I got us off the rails. Always a drama queen, this one. Ara punches KJ in the arm, but it's playful. Akiko, about the makeup. If I remember correctly, isn't it scheduled to drop on New Year's? Earlier, actually. New Year's Eve, which is tomorrow. It's all on the CD, though, although Annalie verbally confirmed it, too. Something about the dawn of a new millennium. Something tells me I wouldn't like her millennium very much. Cold, beautiful, terrifying. Ara suddenly gasped. Oh my gosh, I had almost forgotten. I was so wrapped up in my feelings about being seen as a potential accomplice. Annalie actually called me herself for a few hours prior. Something about a company-wide New Year's Eve party at the Glamour Pop headquarters. I think she said it was on the rooftop. It was weird that she didn't have an assistant call instead, but... maybe it's not a company-wide thing. It's a party for two. I forgot about that too. She mentioned that in the office. She had some fucked up sadistic line about wanting to make you watch the destruction. God, Annalie. She made it clear to me that she was expecting big-time sales on New Year's Eve. Right, all the retail locations have stockpiled a bunch of it for release. We have enough to supply the whole eastern seaboard. I think she even mentioned selling it on Glamour Pop's webpage. Online shopping's the future, she said. I didn't think a corporate celebration for all that would be suspicious. But come to think of it, I don't know anybody else on their marketing team who said anything about a party. Is it really just going to be her up there alone? Well, at least we know where to find her. So what do? We only have so much time left. And frankly, this sounds like a massive operation. I don't even know if we have the capacity to stop the sales of this makeup line, with only one day left. But we have to figure something out. The group goes silent and turns their focus toward me. Well, any ideas, Princess? You've always led the charge for us. KJ's right. I have always led the Sentinels. Led them into dangerous situations, totally headfirst, sometimes without a concrete plan. And while there's plenty of fond memories, there's scary ones too. I know it took a toll on my teammates. It took a toll on me too. To be honest, I don't want to pick the plan for us, at least not right now. I know we're on a tight time constraint, but thinking back on the past experiences, I like us to carefully consider our options before deciding on anything. And I want everybody to seriously consider whether or not they're okay to take this on. I look at KJ specifically, Miranda too. I know some of us are trying to move on from the magical girl life. I want you to know I respect that entirely. A flash of sadness crosses Aura's face, but she nods along. So please, let's sleep on it at least. I appreciate that, Akiko. KJ doesn't say anything, but I can tell they're carefully considering what I've said. Liz gives me an empathetic thumbs up. I'll wrap my brain for a solution. You're not alone in this. Sounds good to me. I'll do my best thinking during the morning runs anyway. I'll think on it too. I'll come up with a strategy that'll blow Akiko's out of the water. KJ and Miranda echo their approvals to meet the following night. And then it's decided. Tomorrow we'll figure this out. As the Sentinels scatter out of the classroom, I'm left with a tremendous sense of relief. Of course, everything about the makeup line and Anna Lee worries me. The thought of hundreds, no thousands of innocent peoples being subjected to the ill effects of sentimentality utterly horrifies me. But for the first time in a long time, I get the feeling like I'm not alone anymore. I exhale and make my way home to Alistair.